Hey everybody, my name is Joanne Hewins. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm doing my very first Facebook Live right now. It's a cloudy and sometimes rainy day here in North Carolina and it's a good time to try doing a Facebook. Today I'm going to do a card with Waterfront stamp set and the tailored tag punch. So let's get started. I'm a little nervous about turning this camera around, so be patient with me, please. Okay, that wasn't very smooth, but maybe it will be okay. And here's the card that we're going to be making today. I had it on my blog on January 24th, and I just thought that I would show you how it would be made. This is using the Waterfront stamp set and the tailored tag punch. And both of those are in the Occasions catalog right here. They're on page 45 for the tailored tag punch, and then on page 48 for the Waterfront stamp set. So they're both really fun to use, and let's give it a go. Okay, so this is the card. These are the things that we're going to need to use for the card. You're going to have Pool Party cardstock. That's at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then folded. And then you're going to have a piece of Whisper White cardstock that's cut a little bit larger than what you would use for your card. It's 4.5 by 6. The inks that you're going to need are Crumb Cake, Lemon Lime Twist, Pool Party, Island Indigo, Early Espresso, Tranquil Tide, Daffodil Delight, and the Craft White. And of course, as I said, we'll be using the Waterfront stamp set and the tailored tag punch. So let's get started. Okay. I'm going to stamp first on the white piece for our card, and I'm going to start with Crumb Cake and do the mountains with that. So let me open it and get the mountain stamp, and then I'm going to stamp probably about 1/3 of the way down, and I'm going to do some stamping and some stamping off, and I'll do that a couple of times across here. Okay, that's probably good. And now I'm going to add the ground for that, and it's in Lemon Lime Twist. So I'll be using this stamp, and I'm just going to go across several times with that. Okay, I see I've got a fingerprint there, but hopefully that will work out okay. Maybe we can cover that up. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is add the water, and that's going to be in Pool Party. We'll be using this stamp, and I'll be doing it this way. To start with, actually I'm going to turn it several ways. So I'm going to do it this way, then I'm going to turn it around and do it like that. And then I'll turn it around again and do it in there, so it kind of makes a smooth water across there. Okay. And then the next thing I'm going to do is add the little sprinkles there. They're going to be in Island Indigo, and I'm just going to do those across. I like to kind of turn my stamp around different ways. to do that. I don't know if anybody would notice or not. Okay. And now we're going to add our trees. For the trees, we're going to be using early espresso. So I'm going to do some trees here, and then I'm going to do some more trees over here. While I have that early espresso out, I'm going to make our little huts that we have. So let me make several of those. There's one. Then I'm going to put one over here. And then the tops of our trees, there they are. Couldn't find that for a minute. We're going to be in Tranquil Tide. All right, now the card has a sun and some words up at the top, but I'm going to wait and do that a little bit later. So now I'm going to start doing the punching for the card. And let me bring the other card back in for a minute and let you see that it just kind of starts flat here. And then I just work up with that. And so I'm going to start with the bottom. And the reason I made this piece a little bit larger than the card is so that we'll have a little space to work with. So I'm going to come up in here and, well, I want to, okay. I think what I'm going to do is start here. I want to start kind of in the middle of the card and get that middle part. I'm going to kind of lay this in order. Now I'm going to come down and do a piece here. I'm going to come over and do another piece in here. I'm going to come up and do a piece right in there. And we'll go there. I'm going to come over and do another piece. That would be right in here. And then to help me, I'm just going to pull this off to come back up here. So I'm going to do one here and one here. And then I'm going to need actually to do maybe this little section here. We'll see if we need it. And then I'm going to come out here and do a section. And lay that there. Right. Now on the card that I made originally, I did all of this on dimensionals, but in the interest of time, it just takes a lot of time to get those pulled off. I'm going to just use snail to get those on. Now I wanted to make some clouds, so I'm going to clean off this stamp and get my craft white out and just stamp across here. That didn't show up really well. It gave a little bit of interest. I might need to re-ink that. There we go. I'll go over. And that's probably enough of that. So let's get these glued on. So I'm going to start with this one. And if I have some glue that sticks out, it's going to be okay. I think I'm going to just make this even here and bring that on out. Okay. And then I'm going to do this one, leaving a little bit of space. And I may have to come back out and get, we'll just see. All right. We'll put this one here. And here. I probably started over a little bit too far here to the right, but we'll make it work. There. And there. Now I need a space right here, and I don't really have one to fit right there, so I'm just going to do another one from here and just kind of add that in. Okay, now we're going to turn the card over and just trim all of this to fit the card. Okay, and now we want to work on the top part that had the sentiment. So before I do the sentiment, I'm going to take on a little bit of twine, and what I'm going to do is tape this here where that piece will be. It will cover that up, and I'm going to go around this 3 times. And trim that. Now you may notice that my twine doesn't look like what Stampin' Up sells. It actually is the same thing that Stampin' Up has. I just like to put it on one of these old bolts to keep those little corners from showing when I actually use my twine. That's a little hint for you. And then I'm going to tape that end. Okay. And then we'll work on this sentiment. And for that, I'm going to bring in just another piece of paper. I've run out of paper on the other. And I'm going to take my saying and stamp that in Island Indigo. This one is Friends Make the Good Times Better. So I'm going to stamp that. Then I'm going to stamp a sunshine back behind there. And Daffodil Delight. Put it about right there. And we'll come in with the punch and punch that out. That way I can center everything and make it go right where I want it to go. Okay, and since we have the twine, I am going to go ahead and put dimensionals on this one. And I want to remember that that twine is there, so I'm going to actually put that so the twine will go around and it'll lay down nicely. Okay. Now these are a little bit hard to get off sometimes. And I usually use my little poker tool to help me with that, but I don't have it over here right now. Okay, so that's going to go right in there. And then we have one more thing to do to finish up the card. I have a bow that I've already made. And I'm going to kind of roll that glue dot up just a little bit and put it back there behind my bow and put it right there. So there you have it. There's the card that I made. I hope that you will visit me sometime at lovetocreate.typepad.com. I blog every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I really would appreciate you joining me there. If you liked my video, I would love for you to share it and leave me a comment to let me know how you liked it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me today. Bye-bye.